All right, you know, in fishing, Mother Nature frequently throws you a curveball. That has definitely happened today. It's supposed to be 5 to 10 knot winds. I just looked at one of the buoys nearby to where I'm fishing. It's blowing 25 miles an hour, like crazy, crazy windy out of the east. That's got water levels incredibly high throughout the marsh. Got a still hard rising tide. Supposed to switch at some point and start falling, but it sure ain't yet. But I got a special guest with me today, Gage Ulmer. Gage came with me a couple weeks ago, caught his PB redfish, which was how big, Gage? 21 inches. We're gonna try and beat that today. Hopefully it happens. I don't know, these are some crazy conditions. Good news though, water is absolutely gorgeous. I definitely like our chances. Come along with us, let's see what happens. All right, so Gage and I are starting in this deep bayou. I'm talking deep, deep. It's 13.5 feet where the boat is. Out here, when we're coming in, it's like 18 feet. Water in here is spectacular. So we're just gonna kind of beat this bank in this very protected water, trying to catch some fish in this rising tide. I felt like I had a little nibble. Fishing this technique, Gage and I are trying to run across some flounder on these deep ledges. You saw my last video, caught a couple of flounder in a very, very different situation, fishing a big lake shoreline, which we may end up doing at some point today. But I think with this hard rising tide and this really, really high water, our best bet is gonna be to get into the ponds. There he is, there's a fish. Oh, you know what that was? Yeah, ladyfish. I can't get out the ladyfish this year. They have been everywhere. This tide up, this water's gonna be salty all through this marsh. Ladyfish are a definite possibility everywhere. I really love a high water situation in September. I don't want to be arrogant, but I like our chances today with this water clarity. All right, I figured this was a long shot and it failed to produce, so we're gonna make a little run, go fish a pond. All right, so Gage and I have come into a pond, a little ditch that leads to a pond. We're both throwing the exact same bait, this gold spinner with a 1/4 ounce death grip jig head and a shrimp creole matrix shad. When you get these high water situations like this, speckled trout, particularly this time of year, will push into these ponds and they love this bait combo. Obviously you're throwing it thinking redfish, but I've caught so many speckled trout on this. Our water temp in here is 78 degrees, just, man, and gorgeous. Just doesn't get any better. I really like our chances today. You run across any grass yet?
Yeah.
You have? Okay. Good. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, so you're gonna wanna do your best to kind of run it above that grass. With this water high, we should have a gap between the top of the grass and the surface of the water. So basically, almost start your retrieve before your bait even hits the water. And just hold your rod high. All right, here we go. Holy Toledo. That scared the crap out of me.
Dude, it's a red, right there. He's swimming right here. Right along the
I believe you. Throw it to him. It's this. You talking about this gar right here?
Yeah, there was a red going right there.
Was he? Was that what we spooked?
No.
I'd be surprised. They normally don't let you get that close. It could have been. Full of life in here, man. Lots of bait. This pond should be good. All right, so here's the pond. Oh, what is that? That's gotta be a speck. Yep, speckled trout. They love this bait. Look how beautiful this fish is in this beautiful water. He's practically black. Look at that. Gorgeous. Unfortunately, he's not long enough. But I figured we would definitely have to pick through some small fish today for sure. Oh, that's a better fish. That's a red. There we go. That's what we wanted. There we go. Are you a keeper? Look how pretty this fish is. Man, he is gorgeous. I'm not sure he's a keeper. Actually, I think he is. I think he is a keeper. But he's just gorgeous in this water. Got a problem, Gage?
Need that?
Yeah. Coming right at you. All right, we got him. Fish number one of the day is a beautiful redfish. I think he's a keeper, I'm pretty sure.
He's gorgeous.
Look how incredibly pretty this fish is. That shows you the clarity of this water. Just spectacular. That fish could not have been prettier. Just love them in this gorgeous water. Can you feel it? Oh, speckled trout. Can you feel that blade thumping? Okay, good. Yep, I knew there'd be lots of baby trout in here. Hopefully we'll find some nicer ones. Got him?
Oh.
Lost him?
Oh, no, he came back.
He came back.
My drag split.
Uh-oh, tighten that drag. Oh, there's a bunch right there. It's a bunch of trout right there. Gage got hit twice. He's got a loose drag. I threw right behind him, hooked up right away. Nah, I don't think he's gonna make it. He is not gonna make it. He would have made it last year, but he's not gonna make it this year. Oh, he might be a keeper, Gage. There's a bunch of fish right there. Go ahead, you can come up here if you can reach it better. Come on, I don't mind. I'd rather you catch him than me. He's not gonna make it. I might stick a tag in him. So long, sucker. Man, look at all the bait back here. Goodness. There's not a game fish back here. You don't know what he's missing.
I said with this wind, it feels impossible.
Yeah, wind is tough. Wind makes things a lot more challenging. That's for sure. Flat, calm days are a lot easier to fish. That's why you gotta appreciate them when you get them. Oh, man, how'd you hit that hard being a little speckled trout? I thought you were a big old red. That's our first keeper trout of the day. All right, I think he's definitely a 13-inch fish. I'm very confident. He's taking a boat ride to the hacienda. Yep, 13 and a half. So I really love these high water situations in September because I feel like this east wind is pushing everything inside that wants to come inside, particularly these speckled trout. Plus, you know, we've had a long summer growing season of grass, and that high water gives you a gap between the top of the grass and the surface of the water that you can really work effectively and fish on top of that grass. It's kind of what we're doing here today. I'm never disappointed in September when I come out here and discover the water to be high. Now, at some point today, this tide is gonna switch and begin to fall. That'll make things even better. We'll be able to focus on cuts and drains out of the marsh. But when this water's rising like this in a high water situation, you gotta get back in the ponds. That's where everything is. See, days like today, like I could just fish all day. The weather's pleasant, it's really nice. You're not sweating buckshot. I just love it. Love fall. Love being out here this time of year. I mean, I wish the wind was about 10 miles an hour less. That would be awesome. Okay, hopefully Gage is not getting discouraged yet. We've come into another pond. He ain't caught a fish yet, but hopefully this pond delivers for him. Last pond was pretty good to us. Well, at least pretty good to me. Caught a bunch of trout. They weren't big. I don't expect to catch big trout today. Definitely not. And a beautiful redfish. Spectacularly colored. I almost am afraid to say this, but it seems like the wind might be slightly dying. Wouldn't you agree, Gage? I mean, it was bad earlier. It's blowing still. Don't get me wrong. but rather than 25, it might be about 20. Oh, gee willikers. That was a good bite. That was definitely a trout, 1000%. What you throwing, Gage? Spinner? Good. That's got the best chance of delivering success for you. We're gonna run across some fish in the back. That's my prediction. They're all pushed way back because of this high water. Gage, I think you might be retrieving that spinnerbait a little slow. You want to pick up the pace. You want it maybe 3 inches below that surface. There he is. That's a nice trout. Well, it's a trout at least. Maybe not a nice trout. I don't think he's legal. What you got, Gage?
Oh my.
Oh, loosen that drag, boy. Did you lose him?
No.
Loosen that drag. Come on, Gage. No, you might be a little too loose.
Got him.
Is that fish still on there?
Yeah.
You better keep pressure on him.
Oh my.
That's a good red. Good job, Gage. Let's see if we get him. All right, we got him. Good job, boy. All right.
Finally.
He should be legal. All right, let's put him in the box. What do you hit, that spinnerbait, huh? Good job, Gage. All right, broke the ice. So Gage's red was 20 inches. That's just a little bit smaller than his PB. Trying to get him one today over his PB. Hopefully that happens, but very grateful to have those fish that size, because of course those are the best eaters. Gage said he wants to take some fish home. He says his dad is like the world's best fish chef. Dude, it's raining. Look at that. You see the rain over there?
Oh wow.
Oh, goodness. What is that? That's a speck. Yeah, he's a little bigger than the last, but I still think he's about 12 and a half. Ooh, barely hooked. Look at that. Tore up his mouth. We'll check him, but I don't think he's legal.
There's a little school of them right
What
now.
you got? Some speckled trout?
You might be.
Not legal. Fun to fight though. Oh! Man, I thought that was a red. I'm not disappointed it's a trout. I thought it was a big old giant redfish. He hits so hard. I mean, these trout are just absolutely all over. Gonna be a great fall, that's for sure. It's just incredible how hard they hit this little spinnerbait. I mean, a trout that size, 12 inches, just smacks it. Oh, goodness. There's another one. A lot of fun. Not big, but a lot of fun. Gage, pick up the pace on that spinnerbait. Gage got him. Oh, is that a bass?
No way.
That's a bass. Gage, oh no, he got off. He earned his freedom. That was a bass for sure. Oh, there's another one. There's a bunch of fish there, Gage.
It's like the community swimming pool over there.
Another 12-incher. Last year's keepers. If you're not familiar with Louisiana's fishing regulations, last November, the regs changed to 13 inches for speckled trout. It used to be 12. So all these fish a year ago would have been legal. Of course, you never know if you'd run across these fish a year ago. Maybe they're around because the limit has changed. Who knows? You're gonna go to bed tonight thinking about that bass, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't do anything wrong, you just got off. He earned it. He earned it the hard way. We're fishing the Hopedale area today. And obviously there's a few bass around in these marshes, but generally it's too salty. It's just too salty. Uh-oh, rain's coming in. It's raining right there. It's getting close. Oh goodness. Gage and I are about to get wet. All right, we'll be back in a minute. We're about to get wet. All right, it finally quit raining. Finally. It rained for 2 hours, and as you can tell, Gage is hooked into probably, oh, watch that trolling motor. Probably the biggest redfish of his life.
It's coming.
Hooked on a Zimmer swimmer. Heading back to me, he's done. Heading back to me. Still a little feisty?
Yeah.
All right, we got him. We got him. Definitely the biggest of Gage's life. Not a trophy, but, you know, it's a PB for him. So for him, it's a trophy. Probably a 21-inch fish. Gorgeous, like all the rest of the reds we've caught today. On a California 420 Zimmer swimmer. And he was hooked. You were not losing this dude. Unless he broke that line, but you got straight braid, so no chance. All right, Gage, look, 4-spotter, 4-in-1, beautiful fish. All right, let's get some pictures. That tail is flapping. Look at the look at it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Dude, look at that, like a propeller.
I'd say it's about 22.
Well, let's not guess. Let's get it accurate. 23-inch red, definitely your biggest ever. Dude, good job. You got him running the boat and everything. All right, now we got cameras rolling again. I hope the rain is done. Not positive it is. The radar is not too promising, but hopefully it'll miss us. Gage and I pushed back into the marsh just while it was raining, just to fill time. Didn't have the cameras running, of course, because the lenses get all spotted up and you can't see anything. He caught a couple trout while I was eating a snack. And we were both fishing in this little nothing pond when he hooked that red. I mean, the rain just quit. It rained at least 2 hours. We got dumped on, absolutely dumped on. The bilge has been running and running and running. 20% chance of rain today was it, but we've gotten our share. Not much rain anywhere else in southeast Louisiana, but a lot around here. That redfish was 23 inches, which is Gage's biggest ever. His PB keeps growing. Oh, speckled trout. His PB keeps growing. I tell you what, all these backwaters are just full of trout. Full of trout. They're not keepers, but you know, a fish like this, eating white shrimp, which you know these backwaters are full of white shrimp, this fish will be legal in a matter of weeks. A couple of weeks, not long at all. Dude, this guy was really well hooked. What you got, Gage?
Oh.
It was a gar?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it looked like a gar.
I thought it looked like a red.
No, it was a gar. pretty sure it was a gar. All right, I'm gonna make a few casts with this ATV crankbait. This is green gizzard color. This thing, fish love it. I mean, everything eats it. Actually, I've even caught flounder on this, but generally I'm targeting redfish and speckled trout with this. It's a fun way to fish. This is a Bill Lewis bait, by the way. Same people who make rattle trap. Same people who make the SP57, which you know I fish a ton. And the same people who make scope stick, yes, you're right. Same people who make the Echo 1.75. Oh, what the heck? Well, there we go. There's everything in here.
That also catches ladyfish.
Also catches ladyfish. Got some nervous water up ahead on the right. You see that? Yeah. Yep. Kind of stay up that bank a little bit. Don't get too close to it. I think we got a tail in red up there. I've seen it pop up twice. That might be a school of reds right there. Oh, what are you? That might be a red. Yep, there we go. There we go. Oh, look how pretty. Look how pretty that fish is in this gorgeous water. He's got nowhere to run. All right, good job, Gage. Thank you. All right. on my ATV crankbait. Dude almost took the net with him. I tell you what, high water in September, these fish are absolutely everywhere. We're pushing way back into some stuff you really wouldn't be able to get into most days, or at least not in my boat. And it's just full of fish. Small speckled trout, just a few keepers, but lots and lots of keeper redfish. Just so much fun, fantastic action. Yeah, he's 20. Oh,
Flounder!
Flounder!
I need that.
Get him! No, get him!
Heck yeah! Heck yeah! Heck yeah! Heck yeah!
I'm putting my redfish in the box, and Gage catches. Oh, hey,
what?
Hold on. Let's get that. Look, go kick us to the left.
Oh my gosh!
I assume that's your first flounder. Yeah, Gage got him a doormat. Beautiful flounder. On the Zimmer swimmer. All right, Gage, we gotta get a picture of him for sure. Now, flounder are a pain in the butt.
Yeah, how do I hold it?
We're gonna let him chill out a little bit. I'm glad he didn't get off.
Oh my.
There was no time to grab the net, and a lot of times if you kind of, waiting around, then you lose him. So that's why I'm like, just go ahead and hoist him.
Oh my gosh!
Got him.
Oh my gosh!
All right, go stand off that back. All right, that's a legit doormat. That's a really good fish. All right, here we go. Good job, dude. All right. Oh, it's nice to not be raining anymore. Dude, I think you're more excited about the flounder than the PB redfish. Am I right?
Yeah, you're not wrong at all. The redfish is cool, but like...
Yeah, I understand. I get it. Catch a fish you've never caught before, particularly when it's a really nice one.
Yeah, that was a really nice one.
Yeah, man, it's a real solid. Yeah, you'll catch big ones in your life. It's not the biggest flounder you'll ever catch, but it's definitely a nice one. I would have been excited to catch him.
Oh, there he is.
Speckled trout! Speckled trout! Gage, he might be a keeper, dude. Yeah, I think it is a keeper. And Gage is going to lose him because he's holding him over the water.
I'd rather not. You want to go get that?
All right, you're going to have to measure him. I don't know. He might be too little. That Zimmer swimmer, man, it's delivering today. Nah, he's too little.
Yeah.
Dude, that Zimmer swimmer is just such a ridiculously good bait. And he's got another one. Look at this. Look. All right, Gage, I think he might make it. Who knows? He's probably 12 7/8 like all of them.
It's funny, you're like, the Zimmer swimmer is just such a phenomenal... Oh, and he's got another one.
It is a great bait. Everything hits it. Did you see the pool test I did on it?
Huh?
Did you see the pool? I did a pool test with the Zimmer swimmer. I mean, you see that thing in the pool and you're like, okay, it makes sense. He's legal. He's legal. He's barely legal, but he's legal. Gage, I told you when this day started we were gonna catch fish today. I knew. I mean, just these conditions are just really, really good. High water in September. I love it. The only thing better than high water in September is high water in October. See, I love this style of fishing. Just getting back in the marsh, seeing what you can find, seeing what'll bite. Never know what you're gonna catch. Hopefully this is the end. Is that the end right there? Can you tell on that map?
Yeah.
Oh! Man! I mean, he's a keeper, I think, but how can they hit that hard? When this fish hit, I thought he was a 10-pound red. They hit this bait angry. Believe it or not, he is not a keeper. All right, Gage is still fishing. I cannot get this dude to stop. He is eating up with it. And let me tell you, he's a heck of an angler, no doubt about it. First time ever running a foot control trolling motor, and he's doing great. Been easy for me just having to fish out the back of the boat, let him handle all of the steering duties and all that. What an absolutely fantastic fishing trip. It always is. In September, when you get these high water events, get days of east wind, everything floods, the water gets gorgeous, absolutely perfect. And that's what we have today. I knew this morning we were gonna catch fish, and sure enough we did. We're gonna change gears entirely. Gage and I are gonna run to an entirely different area and see what we can do, put together maybe a second video, but this is the end of this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the Marshman Masson channel on YouTube. And until next time, if we don't see you in this beautiful marsh, we'll see you right here on Marshman Masson.